Hello, folks. Gonna do something a little bit different here for a change. I just found this recipe on BuzzFeed's um, YouTube channel earlier today, and it's such a simple recipe that I had to share it because it really is simple. So the recipe is for a 3 ingredient peanut butter cookie. So to get this ingredients to where this is, all you require to do this is 1 cup of sugar, 1 cup of peanut butter, and 1 egg. Just 1 egg, doesn't have to be separated or anything. Then mix it until you get this consistency, which is dough-like. And I did it with the spatula utensil, but in the video they use a mixer, so that's up to you. So it's as simple as that. Mix all the ingredients together, and then once it's done, they use a spoon in the video, but just take it enough, roll it into, roughly about a 1-inch ball. While you're doing this, make sure to set your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and because that is what you will be cooking these at for 8 to 10 minutes once they're done. So again, we got a 1-inch ball consistency here. And again, we will drop it down onto our handy bit of parchment paper. Again, you don't like your pans that you're baking on. Parchment paper is really cheap. It doesn't burn at all until you hit about 450 degrees Fahrenheit, and will save you from a lot of scrubbing. So again, I'm just going to keep making these into a ball. Once these are done, I will continue on the video here. And once they're cooked, I will show you what these turn into. So, see you in a few seconds. Okay, again, folks, we're back. Here's our not perfectly rounded, but well done enough little balls of chocolate, or sorry, not chocolate, but peanut butter balls for our cookies. Again, I can't stress enough, when you happen to have a hand that's not, whether you have skin conditions, not very cleanly, hair or whatnot, it is vitally important when you're doing food to wear gloves, whether it be job or at-home condition. You should always have a set of gloves on at the time while you're preparing your food. Not to eat your food, but to prepare it. So anyways, don't mind the jittering and dizziness here. Now, we've got the balls all laid out here on the parchment paper. Next up, the fork process. So again, we're just going to take the fork and press it out into said pattern as best as possible. As you can see here, it's getting quite sticky. Just due to the nature that there's not much actual oil going on in this other than the oil that's naturally in the peanut butter. So again, just trying to nicely press it out, thin it out as much as possible without it coming up off the parchment paper. The parchment paper as well will save you also as well from burning the bottom of stuff, whereas because there's that nice little layer. Not to mention it saves you from actually having to pick up, or sorry, I should say, scrape up and off your cookie off of it being stuck to the sheet. So, once I get these into enough of a satisfactory kind of look and condition, I'm just going to weld them out a teeny bit more. Remember, unless you're a perfectionist, you don't have to be perfect with cooking. Unless you're a gourmet or you do it as a job like Emma does on her channel. She's actually a baker over in Italy. I also follow her channel and follow her quite a lot. So I will probably hook the link up for her channel. Hers is not the only channel that I actually watch on YouTube for food ideas. So yeah, I mean, besides me having to obviously cook because of my mom not being able to cook, I actually have always kind of liked cooking as well. So it's a not bad thing, and it honestly really makes you appreciate food better. Okay, we got these relatively looking acceptable. Not perfect, but acceptable. I am going to do one thing before these go into the oven. And you will be seeing that very shortly. Once I make sure I have all my wells done just enough. Now, the last thing we will be doing, that's right, these are going to be peanut butter and jam cookies, which you should just probably do this before you actually put it into the oven. You don't want to use too much, I mean, depending on the cookie, but in this case, because they're all kind of uneven and such, I gotta try to spoon it appropriate to the cookie size, as you can already see that's going on here. So, if anyone's curious if they can actually hear the stuff going on in the background, that's actually my TV downstairs. And apparently, Revenge of the Nerds had the Michael Jackson song in it. So again, you don't have to be very technical per se to make these. That's kind of the good thing about food, in a sense. Sometimes you don't have to be a miracle worker. And sometimes you even end up coming out with concoctions that actually taste decently. Back when I really didn't know more about cooking, or got better at it, I made up quite a lot of concoctions that I thought were going to end up being great and were really, really terrible. Okay. Looks like we have jammed up everything enough. This batch, I think, is actually meant to only make about 9 cookies. At least in the show, that's what they show. So, and on that note, we will stop it here and put it in the oven for 8 to 10 minutes and see how things come out. Be back then. Well, here we go, folks. It's that time. Alright, I'm out of the oven. And holy cannoli, did they ever turn out big. And as you see, my lovely poor kitchen. And there you have it. It's that simple, folks. Peanut butter, in this case, jam cookies. So, don't be afraid to try out the recipe. And don't be afraid to check out other YouTube channels out there that are not just food reviewers, like Dame Drops and Ken Dominic's channel. And Emma's Goodies, that's right. There's many others out there that share amazing recipes for lots of goodies. So, again, there it is, folks. My peanut butter and jam cookies. I'd just let them cool and maybe enjoy 1 or 2 or 4 later. Catch you later.